Hello, hopefully you enjoy this upcoming performance from National eTheatr. If you do, well, all of the artists taking part in this project, writers, directors, and actors, are self employed and currently unemployed thanks to the coronavirus outbreak here in the UK. And so, if you want to support them, you can do so by visiting the links, which will be in the description below the video, and you can donate as little or as much as you want to and feel able to. That money will all be distributed evenly among all the artists taking part. If you can't do that, at the very least, we'd love you to be able to share the videos on your social media accounts, on Facebook, on Twitter, with a friend who might be missing their weekly trip to the theatre. Anyone you think might enjoy it, that is also a massive help. You can follow the project and be alerted to any upcoming videos by following the channel, which you can do so up above, or you can follow us on Twitter on @National eTheatr. Thank you for watching, and sit back now and enjoy the show.
I think this is working. I think this is working. And we're live. Hello. If you're watching, give us a like, give us a share, comment below. Can't wait to hear from you. I just got back from Aldi, actually. I went in with this recipe I found on Tinder. No, literally, just a recipe. I was feeling a bit down, to be honest, about this flat being stuck here. I edited my profile asking for tips to pass the time, and there, amongst the dick pics, was a link to this recipe. Isolation ragu. Pasta. It's a pasta recipe, literally, that's it. Built on pantry essentials, comfort food for any self-isolator. That's me. Me and Clive, of course. And when I say Clive, I don't mean some guy I met on an app. Clive's the spider I found under the sink. Normally I'd squish him dead or catch him in a cup or chuck him out of the window. Not today. Today, I'm making new friends. Not got any symptoms, just to be clear, but I used the central line last weekend. Bloody stupid move looking back, but I needed to get out. It was a different time. There was only one other guy in the carriage, pissed out of his mind. Actually, I think he took a piss on the platform when he got off, and I don't blame him. London right now is like Christmas. Dead quiet, creepy. Everyone's gone home to shout at their families and cry over Monopoly. Well, I kept my distance, positioned myself next to a seat with the Evening Standard on it, and tried to read the articles without touching anything around me or picking it up. Surprisingly hard to do. I did accidentally brush my arm against the carriage door getting off. I spent the whole walk home trying to keep my elbow as far away from the rest of me as possible. Like a chicken wing. Going down the street was like playing Pac-Man, except instead of dodging ghosts, I was dodging old people, which is kind of ironic. Because literally all I want is for those old people not to become ghosts. I'd gone into town to take a walk round Hyde Park. I know, stupid. But I needed to see some green. There were other people like me out there, doing the wrong thing, all to pretend things were normal. I remember going there when I was small, getting caramelised peanuts from one of the stands. A few months ago, Winter Wonderland. Everyone shoved up against each other, pushing my way through so I made it to the bar, coming back with 2 steaming cups of mulled wine, one for each of us. Remember that? Being surrounded by crowds of people, packed in so tight they can't help but breathe all over you, and not being scared of them. Hyde Park existed during the plague, you know. Wikipedia says it opened in 1637. I wonder if some restoration plonkers did the same as me. Went along for a light stroll, tipped their hat, waved hello to the rats, all before that whole shebang went down. It makes you think, doesn't it? You think the worst is impossible until... well, until... But you know what? Maybe I don't regret it. Because if I'd not gone, I wouldn't have seen the ducks on the pond. And it would have been even longer since I got stuck inside here. So I guess I'm expecting symptoms any day now. Every tickle in my throat, I'm like, here it comes. I spent maybe 20 minutes yesterday thinking I'd discovered a new kind of headache until I realised it was the neighbour's Hoover. And if it does come, I'll blame the central line. Live and learn, eh? Or not. Oh, and we've got a like. It's Pat. My mum's cousin, Pat. Hiya. So, the point of this video, isolation ragu. What I was thinking, I couldn't quite get all the ingredients the recipe needs, so I got a few substitutes instead. And then I thought, brainwave, I could let you decide what I should cook. Yes, you, dear viewer. Well, that includes you, Pat. But first, let's have a look at the original recipe. It may have come through Tinder, but originally it's from a food blog by Sous Chef Sue. Sue from Kentucky, who, in her words, just wants to give any self-isolator a chance to eat well. Well, thank you, Sue. Right. Isolation ragu. The ideal comfort food, perfect for the whole family. Just me here, actually, which means it's 4 portions all to myself. But that's good planning, I think. It's efficient. Besides, if my family wanted me to cook for them, I'd have gone over there before the lockdown and I wouldn't be isolating here. It's okay, they're not watching yet. But I'm sure they'll log on soon. I saw the ticks go blue in the WhatsApp group. I even sent them a preview of what I was going to cook, so any minute now. This past week's been a bit of a car crash, hasn't it? Like a really, really slow motion car crash. The kind where you have an out-of-body experience and don't realise you're actually one of the people inside the car. Every day, if people had bothered to listen, they'd have heard 1,000 fucking pennies falling from the sky. Pennies dropping one by one into different people's brains. Actually, would that make a falling penny sound, or something more like a squish? 1,000 squishy penny sounds of people going, oh. Sous Chef Sue says she based the recipe on staples you'll find lying in the back of any pantry. Very considerate, Sue. Let's look at the ingredients. Butter, carrots, onion, celery, garlic, nutmeg, pancetta, parsley, pork mince, chicken mince, red wine, milk, fresh tomatoes, tinned tomatoes, chicken stock, bay leaf, pappardelle, parmesan, and a cinnamon quill. Well, I couldn't find any of those, not going to lie. Maybe you can still find pasta in Kentucky, but here they've even sold out of Ann Summers' penis pasta. Trust me, I checked. Oh, and if anyone watching thinks cinnamon quills are a pantry essential, fucking let me know. And as for Aldi was... I did a full 3 laps looking for bay leaves before realising they weren't there anymore. I got a bit winded, actually. It was really big. That was my first impression. All that space, which we usually fill just to keep food. 3 kids were playing a game, crawling along the empty shelves like they were on a climbing frame. I mean, fair play to them, but rude. All of us today, we were the stragglers. We were the ones naive enough to think the other people might have left something for the rest of us. Even the celery was sold out. I nearly cried. They don't have this bit in zombie films, do they? They've got the fear and the panic and the people fleeing the urban populace to leave poor buggers like me to fend for themselves, but supermarket hoarding, I don't remember that. I guess zombies don't need loo roll. Their insides are all dried up. I'll be okay, though. I'm not going to starve. I'm not. Oh, we've got a comment. Bogtrot95, whoever that is. Eat your boots. Okay, are you trying to say fill your boots or like literally eat my boots? Well, I don't have leather boots anyway, so if the going gets tough, that's not an option. I'll have to eat the sofa instead. Here's what I found in Aldi. Item number 1, Rivita. This, dear viewer, is the closest thing I could find to pasta. It's crisp, it's beige. If I boil it, it will turn into a mulch. I may have tried that already, don't judge. At least it's a carbohydrate, which, well, is really rare nowadays. If I had tinned tomatoes, I could still spread it on the top as a really shit ragu. But obviously I don't have those. Tinned tomatoes? You're more likely to find a legendary on Pokemon Go. Item number 2. Rainbow Chard. Honestly, I had no idea what this was. I picked it up because it was the only natural green in the whole supermarket. It's quite pretty, isn't it? Kind of thing that would attract Peter Rabbit. It was the only fresh veg left, and now this is what I've got to stand in for the carrots, onions, parsley, celery, and bay leaf. Item numbers 3 and 4, tahini. See, I knew what this was because it says it on the label. And wasabi peas. Apparently you mix tahini with chickpeas to make hummus, so I'm thinking I'll mix it with my wasabi peas and spread it on the RACHEL. See, now I'm talking. That's culinary excellence, that is. Let's try a pea. Oh. I think... Excuse me. Oh. Item 5. Mulled wine spice. I know, but it was the closest thing I found to wine. I was thinking I could brew it in water like tea, then, I don't know, chill it, maybe? Fuck. Just realised. I don't have any wine. Let me just process that. I have to go through this whole thing sober. Look, I don't know who's watching this, so I don't know how much you know, but it wasn't meant to be like this. This whole thing, this pandemic, it was just bad timing. All I needed was for this to happen a month earlier, 1 month, that's it, and I wouldn't be doing this by myself. Say you made a mistake, say you made that mistake and then you push the person you love most in the world away from you, and say your family like that person so much that when you try to explain it, you fall out with them as well. We never set an end date for that family fight. And judging by WhatsApp, a global pandemic doesn't inspire forgiveness. Pity. We're supposed to stay away from other people now. No touching, right? Those are the rules. You'll start with the people you start with, and if that means there's nobody there except you, tough luck. And I've been telling myself I'm better off being here anyway. I've got my own space, so I may as well use it. Yeah, and I don't mind being here alone. Being here alone. This recipe isn't working, is it? I tried, but RACHEL, rainbow chard, wasabi hummus and mulled wine tea. I know I promised some cooking, but if I turn this off, is that... Sorry, I think there's a comment from my mum. How long have you been watching this? She says, we've got mulled wine here too. Of course you do. You buy it every year, but then when it comes down to it, no one wants it. All right. All right, maybe we can give this a go. Cheers.